FPUC heats up, at least FPUC 2.0, as millions of Americans wonder why this bunch of nincompoops never could agree upon a simple number. $400 a week, $500 a week, $600 a week, $350 a week, $450 a week. We've heard every number, every possible offer, and yet no one can get to a number that they agree upon. And now, as we're just days away from the election, the president doesn't seem to understand that he needs to do executive order for FPUC or LWA 2.0. But will he, once he's discharged for Walter Reed, finally do an executive order to get you more unemployment benefits in your hands? Now is the time, and this is Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Afternoons LA with exciting breaking details about unemployment benefits, UI, PUA, and LWA. If you receive LWA or any of these benefits that I described to you, this is the video you need to tune into. On a daily basis, I'm trying to get you a lot of money, as much money as you can, because the money is administered by the states. The money comes from the states. And then ultimately, the only thing that's being held up by the federal government is FPUC 2.0. Go to the front of the channel, subscribe. Subscribe because I've been doing this video every single day, nonstop since April 25th. And I'm here to get many more people a lot of money. I've gotten viewers tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on unemployment benefits because of the coverage of this channel. And you could be the next one. Also like this video. Let me get to the breaking details, which I'll be going over in this video, which are FPUC 1.0, PUA 1.0, LWA 1.0, and then LWA 2.0 and FPUC 2.0. Let's start with those last two first. The breaking details this afternoon are that the president is coming out of Walter Reed Medical Center within the next 24 hours, claims his medical staff. So now is more than ever for this president to do an executive order for FPUC or LWA 2.0 right now. He can do it because the money has been allocated, the money exists, he has the authority to do it, and you know what? He doesn't even have to do an executive order. The president has on in the books an executive order already in place that can simply just be refunded by repurposing existing money that exists for the purposes of another round of LWA. LWA 1.0 was administered by the president after he had done an executive order. The executive order didn't say who was going to administer LWA, it just created it. $300 a week, but it did have that $100 threshold that disqualified a lot of viewers of this channel. Shortly after it was announced, the executive order, then FEMA came forward and said, we're the agency that's going to administer it, and we have the money. States come and apply. This time, the same thing can be done again. The money is there. The money can be repurposed, and the agency can do it right away. Now, there can be modifications to it. The $100 threshold can be kicked out. That would require a new executive order, which can be done within seconds. So why is the president not doing this? This is October, and in October, we understood that LWA would have expired. In October, we understood that FPUC would have been long expired. And in October, we understood that we're getting closer and closer to PUA eventually running out of weeks, or normal UI potentially running out of weeks, and certainly FPEUC potentially running out of weeks in a couple of months. So why is the president not getting it done? There is a lot of questions as we sit here today. The president has a lot of mixed messages, and it's not just about his medical condition. He has a lot of mixed messages, and amidst a scandal that's brewing in his own team with trouble between him and Mark Meadows, who is singularly responsible for doing a lot of the executive orders, questions about the health of Steve Mnuchin, who hasn't given us any update about his health since a negative test result on Friday, questions about the rest of his team members like Larry Kudlow, that walk around with no masks and don't tell us about their medical testing on a regular basis. We have a lot of questions when and where another round of FPUC or LWA would be done. It's also not so much the problem of the president. We're just days away from congressional leaders going to the polls and trying to have themselves reelected. Well, I have a problem with them. And without turning this into a rant video, which I certainly could, I have a sort of little problem with these people. The problem I have with these people is that when I launched this channel on April 25th, I first talked about this new thing called PUA and this new thing called FPUC. And I talked about it. I said, it's great. And it's going to continue till late July. And, if the pandemic continues, then, I'm sure they're going to come back and extend it in late July. As we approached mid-July, unbeknownst to me, because this was a new channel and I wasn't much into politics or political coverage at that time, I did not know that Congress was going on vacation. And that they were going on vacation when FPUC was expiring. So at that time I was reporting, FPUC is great and, go get it and, you can get it through July. And, if the pandemic continues, then I'm sure they'll take care of you. Well, slowly and out of nowhere, FPUC expired. And everyone was just shocked and horrified, including me, that it expired while congressional leaders were on vacation. Even worse, they wrote the bill to have it expired while they're on vacation. But that was July. And so we all thought when they come back into session in late July, they have a couple of weeks until early August. Remember that date back in early August? And we all talked about it. It was like August 4th or August 5th. Oh, they're going to get FPUC extended and get it done by, early August before they go on another vacation. Don't worry. And they said it also. They said every 10 seconds. Of course, of course we're going to do it. Yeah, of course we're going to. Didn't do it. It expired again. Well, it did expire again. It already was expired. They didn't do it. They didn't extend it again. Twice, they did not get it done. So then they came back in September now. And we thought that would be the very, 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 very first thing they would get done. Didn't get it done. In fact, coming back into September, there was a whole certain group called the Problem Solvers and the Blue Dogs and the New Democrat Coalition that all written Nancy Pelosi a letter saying, hey, do a standalone bill for to extend enhanced unemployment benefits. Get it done right now because we can't have our people in our states unemployed. Her response was, it's not a strategic decision to do a standalone bill for enhanced unemployment benefits. What does that mean, Nancy? It's not a strategic position to give people money when they're unemployed? Ultimately, we didn't know what it meant, but we thought we knew what it meant. And what it meant was, don't give people any stimulus until January 2021 after Biden's elected president and we win the Senate, and then we'll do all this in January. Can you imagine someone saying that? I mean, I can't even say it with a straight face. It's so horribly disgusting. Now, when she was in negotiations with Steve Mnuchin in late July, where we thought, okay, maybe they're going to get this done. They're negotiating for 2 weeks. He was at $400 a week. She was at $600 a week. And we're now here on October 3rd. Guess what number she's at? Still $600 a week. Guess what number she was at in June? $600 a week. July, $600 a week. She has never moved one penny. That's not called negotiating, Nancy. That's called being pig-headed. $600 a week, every single day, every single month of every single hour of negotiation. She has never moved one penny. You think she could have moved, a few dollars? $12 ice cream sounds really good. How about you move $12? Go to $5.85, No, exactly $600. Or don't come back to me. Well, no one came back to her, and no one has given her $600. And the problem solvers were so sick of this. The Blue Dogs were so sick of this. The New Democrat Coalition was so sick of this. They said, get it done. Ultimately, the problem solvers introduced a bill, and their bill was $450 for 8 weeks and 5 weeks at $600 thereafter. And I thought, my God, is it Christmas time? Republicans proposed $450 a week, then $600. It was incredibly great news. It got even better when the president said, I will support that bill. Oh my goodness. The president supporting $450 and $600 a week. Nancy, take it. Nancy, take it before someone changes their mind. Didn't take it. Didn't take it. So guess what Steve Mnuchin did? As of last Monday, Steve Mnuchin went the other way. He went down to $400 a week. Now, Steve, that's just not good either. Steve, what are you doing? And then there's Mitch out in left field. I'll do $200 a week or 55 cents a week. And then there's all those Republicans that don't even want to give you any money. It's just a lot of silliness. How much money has this silliness cost you? Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It's upwards of $4,000 that she has cost you by not accepting $400 a week. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to get that $4,000 back to you right now. Let's do it. Pull out a pen and let's get to business. At the 10-minute mark, here's how you get money and how you get the money if you qualify right now. Escalated benefits. Escalated benefits could be yours based upon the number of hours you worked, based upon how much money you earned, and based upon where you are. This is how it works. You start unemployment benefits at a base level in your state. That base level is not the maximum level of benefits. A lot of people really don't understand that when California pays you, $167 per week approximately, that's not how much California could be paying you. They could be paying you up to $300, $400 a week. Who's getting $300, $400 a week? Those are people who did escalated benefits. How do I get $300, $400 a week? Well, you pull your 2019 tax return, you look at whether see that 2019 tax return has gross rev of more than $25,000. If it has gross rev of more than $30,000, you qualify for the highest level, the maximum benefits of your state, which is generally about $300 to $400 a week. You then take the tax return, scan it, turn it into a PDF. You write a letter to your state. You say, I qualify for escalated benefits. Here's my letter. Send it to the state and say, hey, I'd like to see if I qualify for escalated benefits or maximum benefits. Wait for their response. You don't hear a response, call them on the phone. How much money are you going to get? If you qualify for maximum or escalated benefits, and we're looking at the top line, the maximum number, the difference could be upwards of $300 a week. $300 a week. How many weeks has it been? Well, if you started benefits, let's say March, it's been what? April, May, June, July, August, September. That's 24 weeks. Let's do 2,400 weeks at $200. 2,400 weeks at $200 is $4,800. I told you I was going to get you money. That's how you do escalated benefits. If you want to learn more about escalated benefits, tune in tomorrow at the same time slot. I will go over more about it, and also drop your comments in below. I'll answer your questions about escalated benefits. Remember, this is an unemployment video, and I appreciate your comments about me and my shirt and the First Lady and Nancy's hair. But if you have questions about escalated benefits, please drop it here so I see them for you. Out of New York, CBS is investigating a problem for LWA. CBS reports out of New York that 2.2 million people have lost their jobs, but 200,000 people have not received a penny for LWA. They're investigating. They say that 93% of calls cannot get through. Average wait time is having a real big problem, and they say that people are just not getting their money. Mora, forget the LWA, give us the problem solvers bill. Chris Quayas, I'm praying for executive order. Diane, we need executive order. Tamara, will someone be asking questions about unemployment because they didn't watch someone will be asking questions about unemployment because they didn't watch this video. Sometimes I get DMs out of nowhere. It says, I have 9,000 questions for you about unemployment. Drop it in this video in the comments, and drop it as soon as the video drops so I don't miss it. And hopefully I grab it tomorrow. May Primus, hello everyone bless. Patricia, crime is horrible. Felicia, they want to go back until the 19th so they can make a decision about a new judge. Joe Kims, what does it take for government to do an election recall? Nancy, what about stimulus checks for the past months? They're not going to do it. They just don't. It's not in their interest at the moment. Amparo, we have to stay positive and everything's going to be right. Amen. Anna, bet they get their paychecks every day, and we have to wait for all this stuff. Barbara, I wonder if the closing of the Senate really had anything to do with the president, or was just an excuse for Mitch because he's starving children to death. Danny DuBois, should all frontline workers go home, including the folks that work food, electrical, and trash services? Gino, they all use COVID to get out of voting. They all need to be voted out. I love that. Gino 2018. Dawn Sims, why can't they work? Millions of Americans and nurses work. Definitely frontline. Nancy Cooper, hopefully we get our stimulus in retro before Jesus returns. That's actually what it says. Praying the president does executive order. Jacinth wrote, does Mitch know that it's $2.2 trillion not coming out of his bank account? KN of the pandemic has caused hardship. Jeffrey in the executive orders. Charles, we get $1 for every break Congress, we would be rich. Lisa, hello everyone, say positive. Robert, come on, Mr. President, do executive order. Christina, if they can't do it, then what has he done? It makes no sense. Barbara, where does this leave Social Security recipients? Your Social Security will still be sent to you despite the closure of the Senate, because the Senate has nothing to do with the administration of your Social Security benefits. Mike Willens, I'm going to vote them out like clowns. Kelly, this is crazy. Connie, LALATE, Purple Power, good afternoon. Daryl, Mitch McConnell needs to go. Some of us aren't unemployed. We're just about to go bankrupt. I can't believe this, says Tech Guy. Norma, I'm exhausted. Daryl, Trump can do executive order right now. Just because he's not in the White House, he can do it right now. VA Chico, let's get it done. Barbara, executive order not now. Sherry, maybe the people need to shut down the own government. Santi, they're still getting paid. Every person on this video is saying that they need to stop being paid. The congressional leaders, very well said. If you've not subscribed, go to this fine channel, subscribe. Coming up next is big developments on Pelosi versus Mnuchin, that video that you always love to watch. Make sure you like this video as well. Coming up, that details about Pelosi and Mnuchin before we go into Evenings at LA. A lot of twists, a lot of turns. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay up LA for more.